Since 11th grade, it was my dream that I wanted to express myself confidently and clearly in English. But no matter how much I studied, that dream felt nearly impossible to me. Even though I have a master's degree in English literature, but I couldn't express myself clearly. I memorized lots of words in English every single day, studied textbooks, and learned all grammar rules. But when it came to actually speaking, I froze. I hesitated. I translated into my head. Like it felt like it is impossible to me. Speaking English confidently, impossible to me. It felt like fluency is only for those who studied in English medium school, not for someone like me. Then I thought maybe I just needed better learning method. So I joined online and offline courses, paid for classes, attended lessons, and followed everything they taught. But what did they teach? More grammar rules, more textbook lessons, and more memorization. Not a single class actually helped me to speak clearly and confidently in English. Then I started watching English learning videos on YouTube, video after video, video after video, thinking if I just learn more grammar rules, I will be fluent. But I was still stuck. Yes, those English learning videos helped me to structure sentences correctly, but when it came to speaking, I still couldn't express myself clearly. I kept telling myself, like, I will be fluent when I learn more words. I will be fluent when I master grammar. I'll be fluent when I will finally have a perfect method of language learning. I will be confident when I stop making mistakes. But then I realized that fluency does not come from knowing, it comes from using. In 2020, I first took my real step towards fluency. I stopped just learning, I started using English. I started creating videos in English, hoping that speaking regularly would finally help me to break free from struggle, hesitation. And in starting, I was nervous. My voice wasn't perfect, and my sentences were not always right. But I believed that if I kept speaking, I will definitely improve. So excitedly, I told my relatives about my channel. They laughed at me. I also told my friends, hoping for support. Instead, they said, "Why are you starting your channel? You should not create English video because our English is not that good," like blah blah blah. They believed that at the end I'll get frustrated and I will stop creating content in English. Their words hurt for a moment, but then I asked myself, who am I doing this for? I didn't start for them. I started because I wanted to express myself freely, confidently, and clearly. I wanted to prove myself that I could do it. I wanted to stop feeling stuck, stop holding back. When I started my YouTube channel, most people didn't believe in me because I created 3 YouTube channels, uploaded their multiple videos, hoping for something to happen. But nothing did. There was always one person who believed in me, my best friend, who always said, Sumaya, keep going, you are on right path. With the time, you will definitely improve. Just keep going. Sometimes that's all we needed. One voice, one reminder to not giving up. And at first, nothing was changed. I still hesitated. I still made mistakes. I still searching for words and I still translated words in my head. But the moment I first started speaking, first recording myself, that moment changed everything. Because I had spent years convincing myself that fluency is something that I had to earn, that I had to be ready before I could speak. But that was a lie. I wanted to say the same thing again, that fluency is not about knowing more, it is about using what you already know. You don't learn to swim by reading about it, you learn by getting in the water. The same is true for English because I had spent so much time preparing and waiting for the moment when I would finally feel good enough to speak, but that moment never came because confidence don't come before you start, it comes because you start. And the moment I stopped chasing perfectionism and started speaking, even with mistake, even with hesitation, that is the moment I finally realized improvement. I finally see growth. Throughout this journey, I have realized that fluency wasn't about studying more, it was about changing the way I approached learning. So, here are the most important lessons that completely transformed my English. If I had known this earlier, I would have saved so much time, frustration, and struggle. Lesson number one: perfectionism is the enemy of fluency. I spent years trying to avoid mistakes, thinking if I spoke incorrectly, people would judge me, people would laugh at me. But the truth is that the people who became fluent the fastest are the one who make most mistakes. So I stopped worrying about being perfect and started communicating. Instead of holding back, I just spoke again and again. At first, my sentences were broke, my accent wasn't perfect, but I kept going because I have realized that fluency isn't about speaking without mistakes, it's about speaking without fear. Lesson number two: passive learning doesn't work. For years, I was trapped into learning mode. I watched endless YouTube videos, read grammar books, took notes, believing that one day all this knowledge finally turned into fluency. But no matter how much I studied, I couldn't express myself confidently. I told myself I'll start speaking when I feel ready, when I feel confident. But here is the truth: confidence doesn't come first, action comes first. Confidence follows. As Zig Ziglar also said, you don't have to be great to start, you have to start to be great. The same goes for English. You don't become fluent by passively consuming content. You become fluent by using the language, by speaking, by mediating, by making mistakes. So I changed my approach. Instead of consuming content, I started imitating native speakers. Instead of just memorizing words, I forced myself to use them in real conversation. And that's when I realized that fluency is not something you learn, it is something you do. Lesson number three: your environment shapes your fluency. The biggest challenge I faced: my surroundings. I know most of you don't come from English speaking background just like me. You don't have anyone to practice with, and whenever you try to speak in English, people would say, "Why are you speaking in English? Just speak in our language." It was this crazy, right? But I realized that fluency is not about where you are born, it is about the environment you create for yourself. So I stopped waiting for a perfect environment, I built my own. I only consumed content in English on YouTube. My homepage, it was all filled with English content. Every video I watched, every podcast I listened to, it was all in English. And even today, 90% of content I consume in English. Studies show that the immersion is the fastest way to learn a language. The more you expose yourself to English, the faster your brain adapts. Lesson number 4: focus on the process, not on the results. Most English learners get stuck because they obsessed over results. Like, when will I be fluent? How long will it take? But here is what I have learned, that fluency isn't a destination, it is a journey. And the moment I stopped chasing fluency like a finish line and started focusing on consistent daily progress, that changed everything. I enjoyed learning. I stopped stressing over mistakes and I celebrated small wins. And because of that, I improved faster than ever before. If you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. Lesson number 5: your mindset matters more than you think. When I look back, I realized it wasn't grammar or vocabulary that was holding me back, it was my mindset. Because I used to think, like, what if I make a mistake? People would judge me, my English is not good enough. But here is what no one tells you, that fluency doesn't start with your mouth, it starts with your mindset. And the moment I stopped chasing perfection, and the moment I told myself, like, it's okay, I'm not perfect, I'm learning, everything started to change. I visualize the kind of speaker I wanted to be, like, confident, clear, expressive. I would say that one day I'll speak English fluently in front of people, I'll be confident, I'll express myself freely. And that belief became my fuel. And even on days I struggled, I held on that vision because I knew it was possible with right mindset, with right approach, and with daily consistency. It is possible. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. If your mind is full of doubt, fear, no techniques will work for you. And if it is filled with belief, even simple actions will take you far. So remember, visualize your success, believe it is possible, and speak even when your voice sags. Because progress comes when you stop waiting to be perfect and just started showing up. Hope this video was valuable for you. If yes, please hit like and subscribe and press the bell notification, because we are growing this community and I would genuinely love for you to be part of this community. Thanks for watching. I will see you in next video. And if you wanted to learn how I learned this language, then check out this video. This video will really help you. Till that time, bye bye. I will see you in the next one.